Okay. Hi, guys, and welcome to our first edition of this EYP Help Me at Home. It's our brand new podcast that we are starting because we're bored and what else to do during Corona times than to talk about life and problems and how EYP has helped us go through these problems. So, at first, we're going to introduce each other. I'm Diogo. You've been in EYP since 2017, so like 3 year anniversary coming up. Next one is Anna. I don't know.
Hi, I'm Anna. Yes, I've been in EYP for 2 years now, and yes, I love it. It's the only thing in my life that makes me happy right now. So, hi, Uta, go.
I'm sure someone will notice that I almost coughed into my hand, so whatever. Uh, sorry, I'm Uta. I don't have corona. Uh, yeah, I've been in UAP for a little less than a year, and yeah, I don't know.
Hi everyone, I'm Serhat. I'm from Turkey. I'm the youngest one, and it's my first year of EYP. And stay home.
Yeah, guys, that's the most important message we wanna get through to you guys at first is stay the fuck home. Like, if we are gonna go get through this virus, if we wanna get to see each other again, be at sessions again together, and do what we like to do at sessions, stay the fuck home. So yeah, guys. Also, we're about to mention wash the fuck what what the fuck.
Wash the fucking
Yes,
hands.
wash your fucking hands.
Wash your
That's
fucking
what I,
hands.
that's what I meant to say. Wash your fucking hands. It's the only way to keep safe. Okay, but yeah, let's get into the topics of today. So our main topic today is gonna be mental health and EYP. I think it's a very important topic, and especially nowadays with us being stuck at home, kind of losing our shit. I think like that's a common thing that everyone has. Like at some point, you're gonna you're gonna start losing your shit. So I think it's important to keep your mental health in check and yeah, and see how others deal with mental health, and that's what we're here for because no one cares about our problems. So let's share them with the world. But yeah, I think what's important to say is that there's different kinds of mental health problems, and everyone deals them through different ways. There's a lot of them that come from the way you socialize or the people who you are around. So a toxic environment, toxic people around you. And then there's also mental health issues that really come from you, and it been there since you were a kid, and or something that happened to you as a kid that's traumatized you, and you've never been able to deal with it. And when you age and you start having your own way of living or like own way of thinking, they come out a lot more, and you express them a lot more, and sometimes it's too much for you, even you, to deal with. And a lot of people, unfortunately, think that's something that I've noticed in like my last few years with dealing with my mental health problems, is that there's not a lot of people around to speak to, or you don't see them around to speak to. You think it's you're alone, and that's where EYP, I think, comes into place, where EYP is this amazing organization where you just meet with tens, thousands of people that you never seen before. I'm probably not going to see them a lot more times after that, and you just connect and you feel safe around them. I think all of us, I think only Anna and Uta actually know each other. Like we don't know each other like face to face, but I think we all, in a way, we kind of feel close to each other because we're helping each other through these um these tough times of Corona because Corona fucking sucks again. But yeah, I really I wanna hear you guys' stories. I wanna see how EYP helped you guys, and yeah. But if you're confident enough to share, I think Serhat wants to be first. So my man, please go for it.
Hi. Like, even though I'm 16, I'm suffering from depression, and people are like, why the fuck you are in depression? You are just 16, you are faking depression, and it's kind of hard. And I want to say that EYP is really helped me to become who am I. Because even though I don't know these people, I don't know Diogo, Anna, Uta, but I feel safe to share my stories, my memories. I feel safe to share my sexuality. Maybe I feel safe to share my habits because people around me are so people around me are so judgy, and uh, I feel alone. I'm suffering from loneliness, and when you go to a session and meet with hundreds of people, and you can talk about your feelings without a fear, and you are feeling stronger and stronger and stronger. And I just love EYP, and I want to thank EYP again for saving me from depression in these Corona days. Thank you.
I love how you just say thank you at the end. Jazz hands are amazing. I completely get what you mean.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I think I think that what you mentioned with being 16 and being saying that you're faking depression for attention or whatever, I think that's a common factor in a lot of people's road with depression. Like same as you, I've been suffering from depression since I was 13, so it's been 8 years now. And I had the same thing with UIP. UIP really welcomed me and made me feel like I was I would just say I was useful for society. Let's put it that way. You know, it gave me this output, like this thing, like to share my ideas and talk. You know, like and not feel judged by someone because I had a different idea than them. And then that's the main thing with UIP. You share your ideas, and you're not scared of what other people think of you because you know they're not there to judge you. They're there to help you. And we've all been through some rough patches in our life. Some of us more than others, and I think that's the goal of life. It's if we can help each other live through these things and fight these things. I think that's what the meaning of life should be. You know, it's helping people around you because they are helping you too. You know, guiding people through their journey because in a way they're guiding you through your journey. But yeah, but Anna, what do you want to share your story with us?
Sure. Well, along with being depressed, I also suffer from anxiety. Like, I am the most anxious person I know, and I have been. Yes, thank you for backing
She's
up
the
my
most
thanks.
anxious person I know.
Yeah, and I've been this way since I was a very little child. Like, even if when I didn't realize a lot of stuff, I was just generally worrying about stuff. And my friend actually made me apply to this one session. And when I say he made me, I'm not exaggerating. He literally he forced me into EYP. And yeah, I'm very thankful for that, but he did. And then the sad thing that happened was that I got in and he didn't. Like, he applied as a chair and I as a delegate, so it's not something to be proud of, but whatever. He didn't. So I was faced with the situation where I had to go to this fucking session, NSC, with a shitload of delegates and shitload of people generally, all alone, without knowing anyone, without literally knowing a single person. And I wanted to quit. Sure, this story is gonna be so cliche. I'm just like, I know that everybody has this story, but I'm still gonna share it because that's literally what happened. So I went to this event and it was NSG, and I knew no one, and it was raining, and my dress, wore this very pretty flowery dress, and it got wet, and I was ugly, and I was miserable, and I was alone. And then I went into like my committee, and we did this speed dating thingy, and then I got to know my committee members and like the other people there, and we talked, and there was this one girl, and we talked a lot, and we went to the next coffee break together, and I was like honestly surprised that I acquired a friend after like not doing that for I don't know how many years. And I hated every day on my first session. I hated, like, I would go home and think about how I would not go back the next day because I was so stressed and so anxious generally, because like I had to, and I was staying at home. Like this was the the worst thing because I was staying at home because the session was in my hometown, so I was staying at home, and I had to come home after every day and just be here left alone after the whole EYP day, which is a lot of things to process. So yeah, I hated it, and when it ended, I was just sitting on the stairs and bawling my eyes out. But I generally I don't cry. Uta, don't say anything. I don't cry that much. I cry an adequate amount, but I bawled my eyes out and I felt so accepted. And just, I love the community, like being this all over the place mess of a person that I am. Like, I can never, in this talk, I'm sure that I mentioned too many points by this time because I can't generally talk about one thing because I am all over the place. But whatever, you're still listening, so yeah, you're cool, and thank you. And at this point in my life, EYP has the biggest role because I don't know, just the community. It's not about, like, I hated being a delegate. I was the worst because sorry.
Relatable.
Really. So yeah, I was the worst. I was like I didn't do shit, but I loved the community. I felt so accepted, and like, oh, one thing, it made me realize that there was something to look forward to in life generally. So like the next session, right? The next day, the next speech, the next committee, like, it was a motivation of some sort to, I don't know, continue. Oh, it sounds so cliche, I will cry, but to continue doing stuff and to, I don't know, get dressed in the morning and do shit. And then organizing really helped my OCD and anxiety because I have this thingy where I like to write lists, and I would just write lists and like to-do lists, and then cross everything out, and it was like calming for my anxious mind because I knew that I did this, and yeah, that's what organizing all about in my mind. That's why I organized every session in EYP Georgia last year. So yay, I'm gonna now let Uta talk because I probably talked too much.
I think just before going to Uta, just like having like a comment on what you just said. I think everyone goes through that phase of like we are delegates, and then we start either organizing, chairing, jurying, media, being a media member, and you just realize, fuck, being a delegate isn't that fun. Actually, it's so much more rewarding and fulfilling to be in a, I don't want to say leadership, like in an official role where you actually are um, responsible for what comes up from the session. No, either like it be resolutions, media outputs. Like I love organizing, like just like you. Like I'm the complete opposite. Like I love organizing, but I'm not a good organizer just because I cannot deal with the anxiety that comes from organizing. Like when one thing small, like one thing starts going wrong, I lose my shit. Like I really like start like crying and shit. So like I'm not the best organizer. Love to do it though. But like media, like EYP, I think for all of us gave us like showed us this thing that we love to do, and we had no idea what we love to. Like I'm pretty sure you had no idea you like to organizing stuff. I had no idea that I loved film, like cinematography and photography in general. Like I fell in love with it after seeing EYP outputs, and I think it's mind blowing what EYP can do for you and for your mental health. But yeah, Uta, please tell us your.
Yeah, so my first session was in May last year, so it hasn't even been a year, and it was organized by this beautiful lady.
Head
And
organized.
yeah, head organized, sorry, yeah. And I went to
Cute.
the session because she asked me very,
I
like,
forced.
yeah, kinda. Not like
Cute.
physically, but very mentally, because like for the 3 months I think I've been seeing her every day crying her eyes out, being very stressed and like very upset and like flustered, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll try, because I've been to like MUNs and NATO PAs and shit like that before, and I was like, okay, this is one of those. And I went to, yeah, I know, right, like, and I went to EYP with like my hopes low, and I was ready for disappointment. But yeah,
Just like
so
my
my first,
life.
yeah, so
Mood.
yeah, and it's not the whole story. Like, yeah, so just like Ani on the first session, I went through a lot of, I'm tired, I don't want to do this. Oh my God, I'm not gonna go back. I actually faced a lot, like moderate amount of bullying on the first session as well. Yes.
Please elaborate if you're comfortable with what the fuck. What do you mean bullying?
Um,
Please
it
elaborate. What the
was
fuck?
it
Relatable.
was basically, well, I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but it was basically about how people were, how to say it, mm, how people saw other people, basically, how they judged them, how they, made assumptions and shit like that. But yeah, that's behind me already. But like, yeah, it was my first session. I didn't know what to do. I was very scared. I was very like, okay, I'm not gonna come back here again if I'm gonna meet all these people again and stuff like that. But then those people apologized and other people stepped in and they supported me and they like everything went back into its place by itself. And I realized that okay, maybe I can give EYP another chance. And like I don't struggle with, well, I do, but like not in a way that EYP has helped me with my depression. But what EYP has helped me with is self acceptance and generally perceiving myself as a better person. And yeah, like I went to the second session, it was nice. Third session was nice. Yeah, like they were nice, but later on, like on the session itself, they're nice. But when you leave the session, when you come home to your hometown, when you go into your room, unpack, and lie down in your bed, and it just hits you that, okay, the session's done. What am I going to do now? I want to like write ICs and OCs. I want to like work on the resolution. I want to be productive again because being productive and being so immersed into the EYP, into the work, of EYP made me realize that okay, I'm a good person. I do stuff, I'm worth something. And when you go back to your house and you get PED and you don't want to do stuff, that kind of goes back again. That okay, I'm not being productive again. Like okay, I'm doing a bad thing now. So throughout the sessions, I think I've been on 10 or 11 now. Throughout the sessions, I've realized that
Jesus.
yeah, you can use what you learned in EYP in your everyday life. Like I literally, um, when I'm doing homework or when I'm studying, I literally use EYP schemes. Like I time my studying like I would time committee work. And like I was like, okay, I have to read this paragraph like these are ICs because then I have to do that because those are OCs. Like I integrated basically YP into my life, and it's helped me a lot. And not to talk about like hundreds of people I've met and how although we know nothing about each other, and okay, I'll be real, me and Anna were in Hamburg, and I didn't know like half of the names till like day 7 or day 8 because there were so many people. But I was hanging out with them and drinking with them and having fun and bonding, and that's the beauty of EYP because you don't know these people, but yet they feel familiar
That's so
because
me.
yeah, you guys all unite on the session because you guys understand each other. Drinking cola, yes, because family friendly.
That's I think that's the main thing with EYP. You mentioned PED, the famous post EYP depression
Yes.
that I think we all go through. I think it's a very common thing in EYP that we all go through post EYP depression because I think the main reason is that you connect with these people for like how long it is. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-day session, a 5-day, a 2 weeks, whatever, like IS session.
Mhm.
You spend a lot of time with these people, especially if you're in a good committee, if you like your committee. You'll most likely spend 20, 20 hours of the day with them, working, drinking, chilling out, so you connect with these people, and like from one day to another they're gone, like they're not there for you, so you don't, your brain doesn't know how to deal with it. And I think what you did, it's extremely like, dude, I'm like amazed by what you did about like integrating UIP in your daily life, like with the ICs and the paragraph. That's something that like, dude, I've been in UIP for 3 years. I still haven't been able to do that. And it's like, man, I'm like, well, I don't even know you, but I'm proud of you that you were able to do this, man. It's crazy
Thank
that
you.
it's crazy that you were able to change your life with UIP, and I think it just shows what UIP can do for you. But Sarhat, you wanted to talk? Go ahead, my man.
Like, I just want to say, I have been a lot of conferences, festivals, and like science fairs, and every activity that I've joined helped me to battle up with my depression. But EYP was different because it was from youth for youth, and I didn't feel like we have elevation between officials and delegates. I felt like home, kind of. And that in my second session, which was in Kayseri, and I couldn't able to stay in hotel, unfortunately. I have made a friend, and when I go to Istanbul, I see her, and it makes me happy. Like, I have friends from all around the Europe right now, like, and it's kind of relaxing. I don't kind of feel lonely anymore because like I know these people, and in a way I know these people, and I can talk with them about my depression and about my problems. And that's why I think EYP is more helpful than the other activities that I've joined. And like, I just want to say, I have met these gals in at Facebook, and I I didn't know that I will have like this kind of relationship. Like, we talk every night right now. Like, we do Jeopardies every night, and if it helps me keep my insanity, like, it's helped me a lot. Thank you, guys. I just want to say thank you.
Oh, I I think that's like we can move on to the next point, which is how UIP has helped us with this shitstorm that's happening right now. Think
Well,
like I think like how do I put this? Uh, when this all started, like beginning of February, whenever that was, dude, I never thought we would have been so impacted as we are right now. Like every country being in lockdown, or almost every country being locked down. It was like memes. And I think this is something that I'm thankful that I have UIP for. That I've met you guys, and I can talk with you guys every night to, like, even during the day. Like today, like we texted almost the entire afternoon to like random shit, because like it just helps you keep your mental health in check. And that's something that UIP gave us this opportunity of meeting these people who have the same interests as you, or like common interests, like, and you just you share your thoughts, and you have fun with each other, and you keep yourself sane. That's the thing, like you keep yourself sane. You're there for each other. I know, like you said, Serhat, when I first joined the Jeopardy group, like when Anait created it, I knew her. Didn't even remember I knew her. I knew her because we met in one session, like at IS, like 200 participants. And like, dude, 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't expect us to do this. Like, oh, it's just it's crazy to think how we connected in like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever, just by playing fucking Jeopardy and having fun and like laughing at each other. But yeah, guys, what do you think of EYP and Corona? Like, Uta, please go ahead.
Okay. As the freshman of this group, I joined 2 days ago. Mm, I didn't feel like this would be a thing, honestly. I did join UIP at Home's group when it was created, but I didn't really pay attention to what was posted in there. So one day, Anna and one of our friends, Ani, they said that they were playing Jeopardy, and I was like, "Oh, I want to do that too," but they were like, "Okay, like no, like tomorrow." And then I just randomly joined, and I've never met Diogo or Serhat or half of the people in that group or chat group or whatever. And it feels amazing. It feels like home. It feels like EYP. Like it's the EYP spirit. You know, you don't know people, but that doesn't help you vibe with them.
I think
Right.
I would agree. But yeah, Anna, go ahead.
Yeah, so I joined the group. I don't know when it got created, like the first hours, and I was so like I had no idea about the situation in the world generally because I don't know, I just had no idea, and I was very scared and very lost in a sense, and I like this group gave me so much guidance in a way that I would literally read and react to every post that was posted there, and I would just literally tell my non-EVI peer friends about the group and how all of these people from all over the world are now in this one group and are talking about the thingy that is happening in the world, and it's bad and we hate it. And then they started making groups about learning languages, but I kind of didn't want to learn because I'm a lazy ass bitch. And yeah, and then a night posted about Jeopardy, and I'm not good in it. Like, I don't care, whatever. It sounds like fun.
You won yesterday. I'm sorry, no, you won yesterday. You cannot complain.
Wait, we won.
No. Anna won. You got carried. Anna won.
No, we won. Serhat, we won. So yeah,
I love you.
mwah. And yeah, like it sounded like fun, but I wanted to quit. Like I wanted to. Yeah, wait. Let me finish. Like the first Jeopardy, I was like, should I open the chat, like the group chat, or should I just like not interact with people because I'm not that good with interacting with people generally. But I because Annie was there and I felt comfortable with her, I was like, okay, let's try it. And I tried. And I don't know if you remember, you probably don't, but I said 0 words at the first Jeopardy game because I was too scared to speak. Yes, because I was like, should I press what? Then I have to speak. I was like, it was a mess. Okay, I am a mess. And yes, and then the second game was hosted by Gacha, and it was all the things I knew. So I kind of spoke, and then it all became smooth and nice, and the literal highlights of my days. What? I can't. Mood. Yes, mood.
Mood, but it's like backwards.
Yeah. So
I have to write it backwards.
yeah, so that was my story with UIP at home. I love the group. I'm done.
Uta, go ahead, my man.
Yeah, I would like to add some stuff. Well, today Georgia officially went into lockdown, but even before that, we didn't go out much. Like stay the fuck at home. So it was getting boring, you know. I watched all my favorite TV shows. I watched all the movies. I finished like Lord of the Rings trilogy and all the Harry Potter ones and like everything. And I was just getting bored. And you know, my house felt like I was dying inside. I wanted to go out. I wanted to do something. And then this group popped up, and I was like, okay, this might be something interesting. Then I joined the Jeopardy, and it was very nice. I'm actually hosting tomorrow, so goals. And yeah,
Vines.
yeah, probably. I'm still on the edge about that. It's gonna be either Vines or TV shows. Yeah.
Just like my life, on the edge. I think like the thing with you're saying like you were bored. I had the exact same thing, especially because like now I'm back home in Luxembourg, but I used to be in the Netherlands because I'm studying there. And dude, I was alone in my apartment because my roommate left at the beginning of this shit. So I was like alone for like 2 weeks and a half. If it wasn't for the daily Jeopardy games, or like just talking with like mostly like Serhat and Anait like randomly in the afternoons in Google Hangouts, I would have lost my shit so much earlier. Like, it was horrible being like alone, and that having no one to talk to. Like so, like having this group and like the idea of the EYP at home came from actually the EYP. Like they created the group, and then like people just started like creating these like mini groups and like mini chats inside. I'm so thankful for them because they are helping us. They're helping their members stay sane, and I think that's something that unfortunately, I don't know if you guys agree, but Anna, as it HO'd before, um, um, it's something that lacks in EYP. It's emotional support, especially when you're a delegate. Like when you're an official, you always have your team members to go to. So like I've never had problems. Like I knew when I was an org, I could always go either to my fellow orgas or to my HOs. But like when I was a delegate, like I'll never forget this, and I won't say names because it's no need to say names. But during my first session, I was writing my defense speech, and I was like losing my shit because I couldn't figure out what I had to do because I had never written a speech before. And I went to my chair, and he or she, which we, which
Hey.
we, answered me, I can't help you with that. You have to figure it out by yourself. And I was like, literally like crying out tears, like having a huge panic attack.
Oh,
And I've talked with them after this, and like we've fixed things, but like I think that's something that should be implemented in UIP, and I think it should be like the priority of the GB, like to prioritize mental health of the participants and have like this support group inside of UIP, inside sessions where you can go to them and talk to them if you're not feeling okay. But Serhat, you wanted to say something, my man.
Like this EYP at home group like literally helped me a lot. I just can't stress enough. And EYP as a general, it helps you a lot. Like in my first session, I have a literally almost the best chair ever, and like even when I asked something to her, she was always kind to me, and I felt like home, and I kind of got over my anxiety, social anxiety maybe, because about the EYP at home thing. I kind of felt weird and anxious about posting stuff. And first time I posted about the thing, which was the coffee recipes, I asked for the coffee recipes, and everyone started reacting to my post and answering my post. I was just felt like at home. I feel that like I'm belong here. And about the Jeopardy part, like you all guys are older than me, and
We
and
know,
I,
we know, kiddo. We know, kiddo.
and I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared so much. Like I told you all gonna judge me for being too young, and
No.
we kind of do, but you understand that it's a joke
yeah,
now.
yeah.
we,
But
we make jokes about it, but we're making jokes about it. We don't care how
yeah,
old you are. Like we couldn't care less.
now I feel like I can ask for your support. I can ask for everything to you, and we haven't met in face. Like we haven't seen each other in real life, and I think it's the magic of the EYP. Just
Georgia
brings people
nationals.
together. Also, Georgia and Turkey cancelled.
Yeah, Georgia and Turkey are cancelled. Serhat is also cancelled, guys.
Yeah, I won Cards Against Humanity, and Diogo cancelled me because
Yeah,
of
I
that.
can. I think I got to the point I've cancelled half of the our group chat and half of the countries. I think
Yeah,
but
we all cancelled.
that's the magic I think of UIP. Like I trust you guys with like, dude, I'm sharing this. Like I've always felt comfortable since I joined UIP to share my story. I've done two TED talks, like EYP talks about it. It's both like my international session at my international forum. And dude, I spent 6 years without even mentioning it, and now like having this group of people that I feel comfortable enough to share it, and now this is being recorded, and I feel enough like to see that other people are gonna see this. Like it's like it only happened because of UIP. But Uta, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, when you were talking about the support that the delegates lack, right? Um, I was the delegate, like as I said, I was the delegate who needed emotional support on the first session. Like, nice. So, yeah, and I needed a lot of that because I literally felt like my world was crumbling. And well, I like grew some balls and went to the safe person. But sometimes you don't feel like going to the safe person because you don't want to bother them. Like, especially the first timers. When I went to the session for the first time, I thought that everybody was a god. Like the officials were gods, and oh my god, they're so great. And like, how can I bother them with my, I don't know, peasant presents or something? So sometimes you like, I understand that delegates might feel like not going to the safe person and not asking for help from an official. So yeah, I think this EYP at home thing, or just generally EYP forums or whatever, I think there's even a subreddit for EYP, but it's dead. Like nobody posts there. So yeah, these things are important because people can talk about it. People can, connect outside of the sessions and do stuff.
And,
So yeah.
and see how random this is. We literally talked about having a podcast today, like 2 days this
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah,
Like,
like
we were like, let's do a podcast because, and
oh,
like, okay, guys, let's do a
also,
podcast.
we have 4 minutes left, so maybe we can say some,
Oh,
parting words.
oh
Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna
Stay the
start.
fuck home.
Okay, Anna, start because you've said not enough today.
Yeah, I generally tend to say not enough. And
No,
that is
that's not what
the
I said.
favorite. Yes, but that actually is my favorite quote from this song, and I'm just gonna say it because I'm random like that. It goes like, "Saying nothing, that's enough for me." So yes, I'm edgy, and this is my room. I am Tumblr 2015 edgy emo goth. Thank you. And yes, I love EYP, and I don't know how to formulate sentences. And I love this podcast because it's raw and it's us, and it's just us just like just speaking and mumbling and saying all the shits and fucks and whatever and doing this with my hands. And uh, yes, I am very happy that I have you guys and all of the other people in YP at home because I feel like very welcomed and yes, very at home, as Sir had put it perfectly. So
Aw.
yay, bye and love you all.
Serhat?
Stay the F home. I want to thanks to someone. Special thanks to. I want to thank Gizem Büyükkeçeci because she's in my school and she helped me a lot about EYP at my first session. If she wasn't there, I probably wouldn't continue the EYP. And that's it. Love you all. I love you. Y'all.
Uta? Parting words?
Um, it's hard to, you know, be an EYPer if you don't have anyone uh, who is an EYPer. Because when I came back from my first session, although I went through some shit, I was so pumped. I was like, my blood was boiling. I was looking at sessions and stuff like that, like to go to. And me and Anna would sing Big Fat Pony in our university's campus.
Oh, that song!
Our non-EYP friends would just not understand. So if you guys are EYPers and if you guys don't feel like you need to talk to somebody, talk to an EYPer because nobody will get you better. So yeah.
And for me, it's also just like, guys, stay the fuck at home. I think that's the most important thing today. And I also want to thank some people. I want to thank everyone that I've met through my EYP journey because everyone has either have a negative or a positive impact. Everything is good as long as you make an impact on people's life. And I want to thank, because like Uta just mentioned, people at university and like singing Big Fat Pony. I have a Georgian girl in my university. She's like the only one of the few EYPers I have in uni, Sophia. I fucking love you. She's like my bestie.
I love you, Sophia.
But I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you guys for being here with me and being part of this podcast. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first
Wait.
installment of our
Wait.
podcast.
Before finishing, home is
yeah.
better than Corona.
Yes.
Wash your fucking hands.
Wash your fucking hands.
And stay the fuck home, guys.
Stay the
And
fuck home.
stay the fuck home.
And don't forget, if you don't die, other people are gonna die. So stay protected.
Okay,
Bye.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you all.